We are just continuing the discussion. I have written here two assumed problems that will help us to know how we can work out on the Hardy-Weinberg principle problems if they are given in the examination. Look at the first one I have given. I have given a population of hibiscus plants here. These hibiscus plants I have shown here. Their population is 9. 9 hibiscus plants are given, and these plants are indicated by the color. Now the red color is dominant over the white color. Red color is indicated by 2 genes because the phenotype always will contain diploid number, and that diploid number is shown here. W is used to indicate the red dominant, and blue or small lowercase w in blue color indicate the recessive allele. So here, if you look at the 9 flowers carefully, you find 2 flowers phenotypically white in color. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them will be phenotypically red in color. But if you analyze them in terms of the genotype, then we find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them will be the red color. But if you look at the genotype and count the alleles, now you will understand the frequency of alleles. Now let us look at the frequency of the allele, that is dominant allele. How many times it is appearing in the population of the 9 flowers. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times the allele for dominant color is appearing in the population of 9 flowers. That's what we have written here. So gene copies are 13 which are dominant ones. Now let us count the gene responsible for the recessive triad at the white color. Let's count the alleles, the number of alleles in the genotype. We have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is given. So that would give you total of 18 alleles. The frequency of the alleles in this case will be 18 numbers are there, in which 13 times in a population of 9 flowers, the dominant allele will appear, that is P will appear, and Q will only 5 times. Now if you want to calculate the frequency of the allele, what we should do, take the total number of the total number of the alleles in the population, that will be 18, and the number of appearance of the dominant gene, in this case P, will be 13. So P will be appearing in terms of decimals, 0.72 times it will appear, its frequency, or it is 72% of the total population of 9. The 72% will be the dominant P. Same way, if you go for the recessive allele W, total number of the alleles given here in the population of 9 plants, and this is the number of 5 alleles appear in the total of the 18 genes, and that will give you 0.28 or 28% in terms of the thing. So that is how we can calculate the frequency of the alleles. I think this diagram is very limited. It only tells you in a way so that you will be in a position to understand how allele frequency is counted. Now let us take up the second example. We have given here a population of rats. The brown skin is dominant over grey skin. That is the fact, that is the data given. Then it also says 64% of the population will have brown skin, and we say brown skin is dominant over grey skin. So this 64% may contain a heterozygous combination plus homozygous for the brown will be there, and then there will be homozygous recessive. We can calculate all of them. Let's see how to do it now. What is given for you here? Given for you is P square. What is P square here? P square refers to the dominant brown skin. If we were to make the symbol for that, let's say P is equal to B brown, and then that will be there, and the Q will be written in the form of Q can be written B square, Q can be written as small b square. So that may be the symbol we have to use it. So P square is given, that is 64% of dominant. We will use the first formula, P plus Q is equal to 1. We will use that formula to find out the 2PQ. What is that you have to find out is, find out the percentage of heterozygous skin, which is not given. We can calculate. So let us take up P plus Q is equal to 1. We get P. How do you get P? We have given here the P square. To take the P, take the square root of P, that becomes 8. And if you want to convert that into a decimal, that becomes 0.8. 0.8 out of 1. If you want to write that P in this case, you have to convert that into decimal. So that's what I have done here. So now if you want to find out the Q, Q is equal to 1. 1 is the constant here. Then the frequency of the P is given here. So if you take out the frequency of the P from the constant 1, you get Q is equal to 0.2. Now we want to know the heterozygous type. That means how both 2PQ you have to know. To do that, what you have to do is take 2PQ is equal to 2 into P. The value for P is given here. Value for P, and the value for Q is given here. So take that one and multiply 2 into 0.8, 0.2, that will be equal to 3.2, and if you convert that into percentage, it becomes 32% will be heterozygous type. That's how you can calculate the figures. Now if you want to check it up here, we have 64% of them are brown, that is the homozygous. Heterozygous is 32%. It contains one allele for the dominant gene, one allele for the recessive gene. Since the dominant gene is always expressive over the recessive one according to Mendel's law, we get 32 of them also will be in a brown color, and then 4 will be in the 4% will be the gray skin color. So if you add them up, you will get here 10, 100% you got it. So now even if the 1 is given, even you can tell in this particular case only 4% of the population will have the gray skin. So this is how we can calculate the percentage or decimal things using these two equations. The first equation is to find out the frequency of a allele which is dominant or which is recessive, and the equation gives you these two will be always constant, means 1, and then the second one, P plus Q square whole square is equal to genotype. If you write that formula, expand that formula, it becomes P square plus 2PQ plus q square is equal to 1. So this we have been talking for the past 3 days. With this, I will end the session on Hardy-Weinberg principle. I hope you will remember these things and try to work out 1 or 2 simple problems, and you will be able to answer questions that might be asked in the examination to work out on the Hardy-Weinberg principle. Thank you. Take care.